Rebels for a long time.
Firing from the stretch, the bunt is laid down, but foul. The runner took off.
Interesting to see Jerry Albert try to put the game in motion here after his team lost a lot of momentum when they were unable to score in that first inning rally.
I mentioned how most of Belen Jesuits wearing high socks tonight. Nick O'Brien, always worth noting, actual stirrups.
Real live stirrups. That right there endears him to me forever.
And me as well. It's wonderful. I love seeing that. I was always a high socks kind of guy back in my playing career. As the pitch runner takes off, a hit and run is foul. Barehanded catch by the third base coach. My playing career, of course, cut short because I was awful.
Still very glad to be with you here, though, from North Broward Prep at this fantastic new facility, first year of the new baseball stadium. After last year played at what was really a fantastic facility at FAU, but just wasn't really the same.
You can play at a fantastic facility, but it won't feel like home necessarily, as that one is past O'Brien, past McBean at second base, and into center field. Now there's runners on first and second for the leadoff batter. Stepping up the bat, number 15, Wilson. At least we know that O'Brien has proven himself able to get out of jams.
Most certainly, Albert actually caused some trouble for the Wolverines. He took a bit of a tumble as he was about to round second base. He could have very easily turned that into a first and third situation instead of what it is right now, first and second, and one out.
But as I was saying, just because you have a great facility doesn't mean it feels like home. Everyone agrees that Wrigley Field's a fantastic ballpark. But if you're coming in, you're also in NL Central. It's not going to be very friendly.
Especially if you're the St. Louis Cardinals. That rivalry has heated up in the past decade or so, as both of those teams very competitive.
Chicago, of course, right now the number one rankings according to ESPN, looking very strong going into this season. Swing and a miss, 1-1, and there was an air horn going off on the football field.
I believe that has to do with the lacrosse game that's happening over there. No word on what the score is, but there's definitely a girls lacrosse game happening over there, and I do believe it is senior night.
Exciting. O'Brien not rattled. The 1-1 is coming now. Gets away from Clyott. Runner advances to third. The throw is in time. He's out! There was no way he was going to be safe on that throw. That kind of jump, he hesitated going from second, wasn't sure if he had enough room. The answer was that he didn't, even if he had gone straight to third.
A good play from Logan Clyott as well, delivering it right on the button. Sometimes when you have too much time, you start to overthink it, and that's where you can end up in some trouble. Goberville, put a good tag on Albert after he was trying to make a swim move as he knew that the ball had beaten him.
Here's a pitch. Another breaking ball for a strike. 2-2 now, 2 outs. Runner on first.
That changes the complexion of this inning entirely, Sam.
It does indeed. Now, O'Brien's just one strike away from getting his happy ending. Kind of an emergency swing, fielded by Goberville, thrown on the hop, and gets the out. That's going to be the end of the top of the second. We'll be right back with the bottom here on Brainwash Sports Twitch TV. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Sam Gelfand, the voice of the Eagles, with Ben Curtis. North Broward Baseball here on Brainwash Sports, only on Twitch TV. The only place you're going to find this, unless you're watching this after the fact, in which you might find it on YouTube.
Still brought to you by Brainwash Sports Twitch TV, though.
Absolutely. Logan Clyott, North Broward's catcher, up to bat now. Brown fires and finds a strike. I'm going to throw a name from the past at you.
Go for it.
Brian's motion reminds me heavily of Orlando Hernandez.
Wow. All right, that's not as far past as I thought you were going to go.
Well, a nostalgic pass, as it was when we were much younger.
Fair
There's an
enough.
0-2 count on Clyott now. The high kick, the sidearm delivery.
Oh, yeah, I definitely see it.
Please go ahead and tweet us if you remember who Orlando Hernandez is at Stuck in Sam's Head or at Ben Curtis NBPS. Swing and a miss from Clyott. He finds himself going back to the dugout. Here comes Dylan Ogozali.
No play. Number 11, Dylan Ogozali.
I go through all the cities. I'm on a mile a minute. I go a mile a minute. You wanna
Ogozali in the box now. Looks at the first ball outside, affectionately known as Ogo by the members of the North Broward dugout.
182 hitter so far on the year. Does have 7 RBIs, though. Ogozali, one of those guys who
Hits
can
the
come in.
glove of Brown, gets away from the diving second baseman, and Ogozali's going to pull up at first. I think we know that's going to be ruled an error.
I don't know. That was really tough. That ball was absolutely scorched. I think that's a base hit.
No play. Number 2, Chase McBee.
That was a scorcher, all right, about as hot as you can hit it.
I'm giving that a base hit, Sam. He absolutely destroyed that baseball. It just happened to find one of the gloves of the Wolverines. But that was heading right up the middle, so I'm giving a base hit on that one. I
That
have
was-
authority.
That's true. You are doing the scoreboard, so
I wield
You
a
do
lot of power.
a lot of power in this, which the managers of both teams might debate later on. Here's the pitch. Fires it in for a strike, 0-1. I think that the sidearm delivery has been throwing North Broward off for a lot of this game.
And it's the job of the previous hitters to go back and report what they've seen in the to their fellow teammates in the dugout. So expect North Broward to be better picking up this motion as the game continues.
Pickoff motion unsuccessful, 0-1 now to McBean, the second baseman. The delivery, and that is another scorcher right to the third baseman, throws it to first. And that's going to end the inning. There's no way that Ogozali was getting back to the bag. We'll be right back with the top of the third taken by Ben Curtis solo. Best of luck.
Welcome back to Brainwash Sports Twitch TV. Ben Curtis here. Good to be with you as we head to the top of the third. North Broward and Belen Jesuit tied up at 0 here as Nick O'Brien is on for his third inning of work. And he will face John Bardich for the first time here in this third inning. First time up, Bardich hit a double down the left field line, an absolute scorcher that helped set up a rally for the Wolverines that ended up proving fruitless. First pitch is in there for strike one, and O'Brien is ahead in the count. Bardich, a 300 hitter on the year to go along with 9 RBIs. And that one hits Bardich on the back, the off-speed pitch. Most likely did not do much damage, hopefully, to Bardich. He jogs down to first base with no problem.
Stepping up to bat, number 10, C.J. Vasquez.
Once again, North Broward playing with fire as they have C.J. Vasquez allowed to be up with a runner on base. Last time up, he was on with runners at second and third, with nobody out, and he walked. The .361 hitter who leads the Wolverines in home runs, RBIs, and batting average, and that one misses way up high for ball one. Mentioned at the top of the telecast that O'Brien's control was going to be an issue. He did have 7 walks on the year, and this was his 4th hit by pitch. Does have 2 walks so far on the night. And the 1-0 is laced down the left field line. That's going to be out of play, though. Counts even up at 1. So a loud strike, but a strike nonetheless for O'Brien. Don't forget, next broadcast will be this Wednesday, the 29th. North Broward takes on Somerset Academy in a very important in-district game. North Broward 1-4 in district, sitting in 5th place, and the Panthers of Somerset Academy in 3rd place with a 4-2 record. So North Broward trying to gain ground on the Panthers as that one is in there for strike 2 as the off-speed has been working all night for O'Brien. He's been able to use that to set up the fastball as opposed to the other way around as per convention. And O'Brien's 1-2 is another breaking ball. That one's laced down the left field line again, and that one is going to be caught for out number 1.
Now batting, number 5, Carlos Lara.
It was outside of our vantage point here, just down the third baseline. But nonetheless, Vasquez flies out to the left fielder. That's Raul Kennard. So now it is Carlos Lara, the cleanup hitter for the Wolverines. .290 hitter on the year, 6 RBIs, and he has another one sitting out there in Bardich at first base. And that pitch is laced into left center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Slightly misplayed by Marsh in center. He's going to get it in. And there's going to be a tie up here as Lara is in a pickle. And he is going to be out, but a run is going to score. Quirky play all around. We'll break it down for you, and here's how it stands. Lara is out at first base. He did get a base hit. North Broward trails 1-0 after the heads-up base running from Bardich.
Stepping into the box, number 11, Humberto Torres.
So Lara hit it into left center field. Ty Marsh overran it a little bit, which allowed Bardich to get to third. The play went to second, and they had Lara hung up in a rundown. But Bardich was watching the play the whole time, and he was able to